I have to ask about that final ship battle with the sliding, and I have to imagine there's like a lot of wire work. You both were there. Can you take me back? What was it like setting that up? How long did it take to film? Because it was pretty incredible to watch.
That sequence is epic, and it is also one of the sequences that we used the most green screen for, probably. You would think that there was going to be a lot of wire involved, and there wasn't actually, right?
Yeah, no.
None.
No.
So we shot all of that.
Would have been good. It would have been helpful to go back up.
Yeah, because we actually had to walk back up, and that was really tough. But it was really one of my favorite parts of shooting. Of the action sequences, right?
Yeah. It was the most fun. I mean, we got to be on a slide for 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's what we do for a living.
Sliding down.
Yeah, holding on until the camera was rolling and then let go.
But also when we were filming, we knew that, you know, I've never seen a fight sequence. It's like, how do you innovate a stunt? How do you innovate a fight sequence? And that was definitely one that was so cool that we've never seen before. Our ramp was about, how many, like 20 meters? Is that too much, 20 meters?
No, I would probably say something like that. Yeah.
20 meters, but in reality, it was like a continuous ramp that we kept sliding on, but they had to, every time we were done shooting a sequence, they had to reset some boxes and they had to screw them. Sometimes there would be a pole, so they had to change that. But just like technically organizing that was a lot of work, and choreographing that was a lot of work, because the stunt team didn't always have the ramp, by the way. They had to rehearse it on the flat and pretend that you were sliding, which we can't. So it was a lot of logistic behind it, and seeing the end result is so rewarding, because honestly it took a lot of work for everybody to make this happen, and it looks pretty phenomenal.
The overlapping action that was happening between the three different kind of areas of conflict, and that the often in the sequence one will observe the other from a distance. So those scenes all have to kind of line up. Like the action has to you can't move certain parts because they have to, at one point they have to look and see that thing. And so, yeah, so that was probably, just from a logistics standpoint or a storytelling standpoint, that was kind of the hardest thing, because you really got to trust in the way you've laid it out to work.
General Titus, in a lot of ways, felt like the heart of this movie. I really enjoyed watching his journey. And, you know, when you're giving that inspirational speech at the end, it made me curious, on set, did you take any kind of leadership role within the cast itself?
He was definitely dad.
Yeah, dad.
In certain ways.
Well,
Mia, what do you think, Dad?
Any responsibility? No, I mean, I wouldn't go as far as feeling responsible for, you know, this group of rebels. There was a level of understanding and embodying this character, given the fact that how the story resonates to me, and how you know, to this day, when I look back at my continent, the continent of Africa, and certainly what that continent has endured, felt like Rebel Moon. You know?
Dijmon's being humble regarding being a natural leader, but I think you naturally exude leadership, and in the way you handle days, and the dedication you have to the days that are difficult. And so whilst he maybe didn't feel responsible, he absolutely led by example, and it was an absolute honour to have such a veteran and such a natural leader kind of guide us.
Yeah,
That's nice.
effortless.
Thank you.
Genuinely, yeah.
Appreciate that.
Effortless is the word it was, yeah. Yeah.
That first scene where you're in like the healing pod looks so uncomfortable and claustrophobic. Can you take me back to that day on set? What was the setup behind that?
Well, I wish that your question was correct, that it was a day. It wasn't a fucking day. It was a week. It was so long, man. I had to be really patient. It would take a long time in between the scenes. So then I would just put the bathrobe back on, walk back in my skin-colored thong, you know, and then, you know, and then assume my position either on the grate or like going underneath the goo. Like I really did that. I was really going down inside the huge condom with my Ace Ventura Rhino moment coming out. Yeah, it was tough, but at the same time, it was cool as hell. It was like, this is so cool. I get my like, my Austin Powers goo moment. I get my resurrection, which is like a sci-fi staple. And I was like, this is gonna be so cool.
Going underneath the goo should be your autobiography.
There you go.
Going underneath the goo. Read into that.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
All right.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro.
You stand between us and annihilation.